going on, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to quickly bring you my updated Stamina Warden PvP build for the Firesong DLC. A couple of things before we get started. As always, there'll be a link for a written guide down in the description of the video. For this patch, I also plan on putting out a update to my Stamina Nightblade PvP build. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you get subscribed to the channel. Also have a Discord server. If you'd like to join, there'll be a link for that as well down in the description of the video. Without further ado, let's take a look at the Stamina Warden PvP build. There's not a lot of changes this patch. I've just added a little bit more damage to compensate for the kind of the tank meta that we've got going on. Start off by taking a look at the buffed stats. Note that the stats that you're seeing on screen here are with a 130 Ballard proc. I didn't want to do a 500 Ballard proc because that's really cheesy. So this is with a 130 Ballard proc. Our maximum magicka is 20k. Our maximum health is 38k. Our maximum stamina is 24k. Our magicka recovery is 1144. Our stamina recovery is 2249. Our weapon damage is 6173, and our weapon critical is 33%. Our physical and spell resistance is our 24k on the front bar. And then our physical penetration goes up to 25k. On the back bar, everything is the same except for our physical and spell resistances go up to 27k, and then you'll see our maximum health is 40k. I'm a wood elf on this build. You could be a wood elf, you could be an orc, or you could be an imperial. I just prefer the wood elf for the extra movement speed and stamina recovery. Got 33 points into health and 31 points into stamina. The Mundus stone that I'm using is the serpent, and then you should be a vampire stage 3. And then the food that I'm using is smoked bear haunch. If you need a budget version of smoked bear haunch, you can always use the Jewels of Miserable. Pretty much just as good as the smoked bear haunch. You just don't get quite as much stats out of it, but it costs significantly less. Smoked bear haunch is like 30k per food, and I think this is like less than 1,000 per food. So depending on your budget, just use whatever works best for you. Take a look at the gear. On the back bar, we're running the rallying cry. Same thing as that we were running last patch. We're running the rally cry powered sword and then a rally cry sturdy shield. The shield should have a maximum health enchant, and then the sword has a weapon damage enchant. We've got rallying cry on the belt, well fitted, and then we've got rallying cry on the jewelry. So you want the necklace to be infused with weapon damage, and then the ring to be also infused with weapon damage. On the front bar, I'm running stunes. We were running a maul here last patch. Since we're using Balorg this patch, I've swapped to a greatsword. So we're running a greatsword sharp because we don't want to overpen the target. We've also got stunes boots, medium, well fitted with a tri-stat enchant. Stunes legs, medium, well fitted with the tri-stat enchant. Stunes gloves, medium, well fitted with the tri-stat enchant. And then our chest that we're using is a heavy gallant chain reinforced with the tri-stat enchant. We're running 2 heavy this patch instead of 3. So we're running a heavy on the chest, and then we're running a heavy on the head. So reinforced on the head as well, heavy with a tri-stat enchant. And then we had a heavy shoulder here last patch, but we're getting a little bit more damage this patch, so we're going medium, well fitted with the tri-stat enchant. If you're too squishy, but I found I'm not too squishy on this build at all. If you are, you can run heavy blood spawn reinforced on the head, and then a heavy blood spawn reinforced on the shoulder, both with tri-stat enchants. For our mythic item, we're using Death Dealer's Feet. I have Swift here with a stamina recovery enchant. For the skills on the front bar, I'm using Dizzying Swing, Executioner, Green Lotus, Deep Fissure, Bird of Prey, and then our ultimate on the front bar is Dawnbreaker of Smiting. On the back bar, I'm running Living Trellis, Polar Winds. Make sure you're using the Polar Winds and not the Arctic Blast. Resolving Vigor, Blue Betty, Ice Fortress, and then our ultimate on the back bar is going to be Spell Wall. For the passives, make sure you get all of your class passives. Make sure you get all of your weapon passives for your two-hander. Make sure you get all of your weapon passives for your sword and shield. Armor, make sure you grab all of your light, medium, and heavy armor passives. For Vampire, make sure you grab the Undeath passive. Guild, Fighters Guild, make sure you get the Slayer passive. Undaunted, make sure you grab Undaunted Metal. Grab all of your racial passives, and then under Alchemy, make sure you get Medicinal Use. For our champion points, Crane Tree doesn't matter, but I'm using Gifted Rider, Warmount, Rationer, and Steed's Blessing. For the blue tree, I'm using Master at Arms, Exploiter, Fighting Aura, and Ironclad. For the red tree, I'm using Relentlessness, Celerity, Pain's Refuge, and Sustained by Suffering. The burst combo is going to be the same that it was last patch. Basically, you're going to make sure that you're buffed up. You're going to hit your Deep Fissure, Light Attack Dizzy Swing, Light Attack Dizzy Swing, and Dawnbreaker, and then go into an Executioner. The goal here is to make sure that your Dawnbreaker and your Deep Fissure hit at the same time. Make sure you're light weaving your Dizzy Swing to cancel the animation of it. think it about covers the build for this patch. If you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comment section. If you enjoy the build, make sure you leave me a thumbs up on the video. Also consider getting subscribed to the channel. I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the new patch, and we will see you in the next video.